afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Ham Radio Basics Live, Season 2, Episode 34, World Radio League. We have Andy from World Radio League with us today. Andy, how are you today?
I am doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well.
That's good.
It was
That's
a
good.
pleasure last week. I had Professor Jim on last week. Jim is
Yeah.
he is just fantastic. I just enjoyed him so much. It was a great show, had a great time, got a lot of great comments from him, and it's a great thing. And I had James on last year as well on the show, and it was wonderful having him on. And I told James, I said, you know what, we must have been disconnected during birth or something, because I swear he's like a brother to me, and everything he thinks I'm thinking of as well, as far as ham radio is concerned. So,
yeah, absolutely.
kind of go from there. So, and if you can tell us a little bit about how you got started in ham radio, and then how you got hooked up with James in World Radio League, that would be awesome.
Sure, Bill. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, first of all, for having me on. It's very, very glad to that this worked out for us. But yeah, so as far as my start in ham radio, I kind of started when someone I was kind of close to got into GMRS radio. And so I started down that trail, and I got one of those cheap Chinese GMRS radios that you can unlock to do 2 meters and 440. And I started I figured out how to get that radio unlocked, and then I was like, well, I have a radio now, might as well get a license. So that's when I kind of started pursuing the getting the license, and I got my technician back in April of last year, 23. And then in January of this year, I believe that's right. I believe it was January. Anyway, earlier this year, I upgraded to general. So not made it to extra yet, but I do have my general license. And after upgrading to general, I started looking for a logbook that I could use for of course, for my HF contacts, for POTA and that kind of thing, and found World Radio League. And at that point, it was just the web app. They didn't have the mobile app yet. And started getting really involved in their community, and trying to help out as much as I could. They were trying to put together the mobile app, and I got involved in the mobile beta program, and a lot of kind of the early release stuff that was going on with the web and the mobile app. And eventually, I stayed pretty involved for quite some time, and eventually they had an opening and brought me on the team. So yeah,
that's fantastic. And well, I know, because I've had a chance to both personally meet James, and I don't know if you've been to, we're at Hamcation or Hamvention, because I was to both last year, and got a chance to meet James in person, and Jim as well, and a lot of the crew from Ham Radio Prep. And
yeah, they're great guys. Absolutely.
James he's a visionary, and I like what he does. I like his direction. And when I had him on the show, he told me about World Radio League, and that was the very first I ever heard about it. I didn't know what it was. And then the more I heard about it, the more I'm like, you know what? He's really got another winner here, because what I like is, especially, and I'll go to Ham Radio Prep, the coursework and everything. It's like he really listens to feedback from people.
Oh yes.
Yeah. If this works, great. If this doesn't work, great. In the coursework and everything. Like when I had Jim on last week, the same thing with emergency communications. Really listen to what people had to say about that. And I think, they've been able to build some great coursework. Well, conversely, they've been able to really kind of like give us what I call real world logging software. And I would love for you to give us a run through of how it works.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. James is definitely one of those guys, you call him a go-getter. He gets in there, and he finds a problem, and a niche problem that really needs solving, but it's so niche that nobody wants to tackle it, and he tackles it and knocks it out of the park. But yeah, so yeah, one of our big things, and you kind of alluded to this, one of our big pushes is feedback, user feedback. we take in all the user feedback that users give us. We always try to take that into consideration, and and more than a few times we've made adjustments based off of user feedback, and yeah, we love anytime anybody wants to send us a comment in the community, wants to send us an email, wants to hit that report a bug button, and drop us a note. We love getting all the user feedback we can, because that's that's one of the big pushes that drives us forward. But yeah, so if you want me to, I think maybe the best option here would be to just go ahead and pull this up and kind of walk through step by step through the program, and kind of give you a view that way. So if that's all right, I'll go ahead and take this screen over here and start walking through it. All right, so here we go. All right, so first of all, can you see the screen? Okay.
Yes,
Okay. All right.
we're good.
First of all, we have our home page right here. The home tab here. We've got these are the last 5 contacts that were logged in World Radio League, and you can see it's live right now. This updates whenever anybody logs a contact, the new one pops to the top. This globe here is real world contacts. These are contacts that are actually being have been made over the past several hours. Um, right up here at the top, we have our global call sign search. So I can search, say I can search James call sign, and it will pull up. It will pull up his if he's a member, which of course he is. It will pull up his profile. If you're not a member, it will pull up basic database information. Um, so that's our call sign search that's available on the web and the mobile app. We've also got these quick links here to start a new general logbook and a new POTA activation. So let me explain our logbook system, and we'll get into this in the log contacts tab here in a second. But in fact, I'll go ahead and open that up so you can see we are based off of a your World Radio League account is your complete log, but we split it into logbooks. So each new POTA activation. We're getting ready to add soda here very soon. You can split these up however you'd like, and you can keep one main master logbook. It's totally up to you how you want to do this, but you can split this up into as many sections as you'd like. And one of the features that will be going into testing, it's supposed to be going into testing this week, hopefully today or tomorrow, but should be by the end of the week, is a QSO manager. And that you can take your logbooks and combine them. You can merge 2 logbooks together. You can bulk edit your QSOs. You can filter by all these different parameters, and make an edit to all the contacts with specific parameters that you select. There'll be that massively grows this functionality here of bulk editing your contacts. It doesn't matter which logbook they're in. You can merge logbooks. You can edit them just based off of the parameters you select, and we'll have lots of filters there that you can filter by. So yes, basically, you can keep one master logbook if that's the way you like to operate. I know that's the way most logging programs like to operate, but we kind of break it down into bite-sized logs in your master logbook. So if you can keep a contest separate from all your POTA activations. You can keep these things separate. But when you go over here to your profile page, and you scroll down here, this is your master log. All of your contacts are logged within this logbook right here. So this contains all of your logbooks. You can see it's showing the first 50 out of 2,379. And we have to limit it to 50 at a time, just based off of the browser's capability to load the information. And yes, you also have your map here that you can view those on. You can show up to the last 500 contacts. So you can see there. Here, let me scroll down where you can see that a little better. There we go. You can see all those contacts displayed on a map. Or you can open satellite view if you'd like. So that kind of brings us to our next page, our profile page, which you've got your call sign, your name, all your information up here. You can set this bio however you'd like. And we've recently added this My Station button on here. You've got your operating locations. You can select your operating locations and change those on the fly. I'll show you how to do that here in just a few minutes. You can edit your profile here. And you've got this My Station button where you can add radios, antennas, and station photos and add them. And you can add those to your logbook. That way, that information is attached to your specific contacts. And as we build out more enhanced analytics and things of that nature, you'll be able to see that you've got so many contacts based off of this radio or this antenna, but it's kind of nice to have that information applied to a specific contact. So yeah, that's what the My Station button is all about on your profile page. You've got any awards, and coming soon, we're going to have a 100 DX award and a 50 states award, and all those standard awards. Those are going to be coming very soon. We have a jam-packed schedule of upcoming features, and we're working through them about as fast as we can. QSO Manager took us a little while to get it right, trying to make sure that it's quality before we release it, and that one was a big one, and it took us a little while, but that one's about to go into testing very soon. So then down here, like I said, you've got your logbook page. You've got you can open up your awards here. You can save a PDF of it. You can print it. And then your biography, which right here. And we're going to be expanding the capabilities of your biography soon, so you can add iframes. So there's a site that allows you to add to take an iframe of say your POTA stats and pop that in where you want to. We'll be adding that functionality in here to accept iframes, where you can pop that POTA iframe in here, show off your POTA stats. So yeah, that's the profile page. Of course, you've got these analytics right here. Show split up your QSOs into a pie chart by mode and by band. These total logged QSOs. That's all the QSOs you've logged directly into World Radio League. These are all the QSOs you've imported into World Radio League. And of course, your number of countries and grid squares worked. So
I've got a question for you, Andy.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
no, go right ahead.
I know a lot of people. A lot of people are old school, and for them, a logbook is a 8.5 by 11 notebook, and they're writing it down there, and then they'll maybe at the end of the day they'll enter them into some type of software. Is this still within the parameters of the logging software? You can do something like that?
100%. That's the next page we're going to.
Okay,
so if you go onto this, absolutely. If you go onto this log contacts page, we saw this earlier. This is a list of your logbooks, but we're going to go ahead and open a new one. Now we've got two options here. You can start a new POTA activation or just open a new general logbook. So we'll go ahead and open a new general logbook. Here you go. So this one, of course, I don't have any contacts in right now, but just that's easy way to show you how to create one. But yeah, you can go up here. You've got all these options you can change. You can apply a radio. You can apply an antenna. And those will be, as soon as you apply one of those will be applied to the contacts following that. So if you're logging contacts in here and then you decide to switch antennas, you can come up here and switch the antenna, and it won't apply to the contacts you've already logged. It'll just apply to the contacts that you log after that. Now, these are not required fields at all. You do not have to select these. It's just handy information if you want that in there. Of course, you can change your call sign for the specific logbook. Say you're operating a club call or something, you can change your call sign there. But yeah, so let me just open up a logbook that I already have some contacts in. Let's go with. Let me find a good one. I'll show you a POTA logbook here in a minute. I'm trying to find one that has maybe some regular old contacts in it. Here we go. Let's look at this one. So you can see here, I've logged all these contacts in this logbook. I've got a map of the contacts in the logbook. I can share that map if I'd like. If you go, we're on the process of adding some more detail here, so you can share a really nice, a nice information with, the bands and modes you've used and everything all applied to this. You can download an image, copy a link, however you want to do that. And then you've also got your spotting tab here. So these are spots. So say I want to work WQ0A. This is a spot from the POTA page. This is pulled directly from POTA's spotting page. Just copy that one to the logbook. And here we go. See, he's working CW, so he's 599. I can enter power if I'd like. I don't have to. He's got his park number right here. Just click log contact, and it just copies that spot and plops it right into your logbook. Now, Obviously, I didn't work him, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that contact. But yeah, and we're also working on. This is kind of a new feature here, where this new park number field will set it up to where your ADIF puts it into like a POTA style field. So instead of like putting it in their QTH field in your ADIF, it will actually put it in like their SIG info field. I don't know if you're familiar with the POTA ADIF, but their SIG info is basically their park.
Okay.
So we are working on that right now, to where when you copy that to your logbook, it will just pop it right in here and apply it as a tag, basically. And I can show you how that works. So say I've got there, it just apply it as a tag. You can do that while you're logging right now. We're going to add that to where when you copy a spot, it just pops on there as a tag. So, and that will reflect if you export an ADIF, that will reflect in that. So yeah, logging a contact is really simple. You said you had Professor Jim on last week. Let's use his call sign. Say N4BFR. I'm going to go to 14.256. Say 100 watts. And at any time you've entered all the information you need, all you got to do is hit the enter button. Logs the contact. So here we go. We've got N4BFR 14256. We can open up that contact. There he is right there. There's my QTH, his QTH, and display it on a map right there. You've got your frequency, band and mode, distance, and we will be adding miles. There will probably be questions in the comments. We will be adding miles very soon, but we had to start somewhere, so we started with kilometers. And see, you can see right here, it shows what radio, what antenna. Shows the power level I added, and then you've got, these are kind of advanced details. If you need to look at any of these will be what gets exported in your ADIF file. Several of these, but these are kind of advanced details if you need any of that information. And the really neat thing about this view right here is you can download an image. So you can just download this as an image, and you can share that as like basically a QSL card. I mean, it's basically a digital QSL card. You can email that to the other operator, and then you can also copy a link to this and share it to social media. Anybody who opens up this link, they get this really neat interactive map that they can zoom around on and look at your contacts. So it's really neat the way you can share these individual contacts.
This is just absolutely fantastic. And, the thing that gets me is you don't have to pay for this. This is just
Absolutely. Basic logging functionality is totally free, and we intend to keep it that way forever. But as we add new features in, we probably will need to gate some of those off for some of our paid premium levels. But the functionality you see here is free, and we intend to keep it that way. And also, and the only thing we've got gated right now is you are limited in how many QSOs you can import as an ADIF file,
Okay.
due to cloud data costs. But yeah, that's the only thing we have feature gated. Is there's each level you can import more QSOs based on your subscription level.
Gotcha.
But logging directly, no, you don't have to pay for that. You can come in here, open up an account, log as many thousands of contacts as you want.
Now, where does where does the paid part of it come in?
Say again.
So the logging is for free. The other features, where does that come in, Andy?
At this point, like I said, it's basically ADIF imports just for cloud costs. We had to gate that for paid subscription. But if you're not importing a ton of ADIF files, then you can use the free account, no problem. Like I said, as we go down the road of adding some more functionality, we've got some analytics coming. We've got a lot of new contesting features coming. As we add more and more of that, we'll probably start maybe gating some of those off, but basic logging functionality, it's free.
Okay, now how much is a premium membership?
So we charge yearly. We actually have multiple levels of membership. So we've got our basic level is $35 a year. Our premium level, trying to remember the exact number. I want to say it's let me see if I can. Well, hold on. I want to say the premium level I think is $68, and then the VIP level is $108. That's per year. So
Okay.
mhm.
Now, what do you get for the different levels in terms of the feature set?
Yeah, right now it's just the ability to import larger ADIF files,
Larger ADIF files.
ADIF
Okay.
files into your logbook.
Okay.
And in the community, you do get access to like an exclusive chat room for your subscription level. So we have like a VIP member lounge, we call it, or a premium member. So basically, if you subscribe, you get access to a just kind of an exclusive chat lounge in our community. But
Okay.
And I'll show you the community chat here in just a few minutes.
Sure.
But yeah, that's unlocked for you, as well as importing larger ADIF files. That's
Gotcha.
currently. Later on, we'll probably have more features that will be locked behind the paywall, just to due to cloud costs and that kind of thing. But basic logging can be accessed with any level.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So go ahead and continue.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and move into we saw the spotting page that was contained within a log itself, but we have a dedicated spotting page that also shows spots as a map. So you can see here these spots come from one of two sources. We have spots that come from World Radio League logbook. You can add a spot from World Radio League, and we have spots that come from the POTA site. We're going to be adding SOTA, and we hope to include the DX cluster eventually. But right now it's World Radio League and POTA. So we have some design improvements coming for the filtering on here. We kept needing to add more filters, and it started getting a little messy. So we're revamping the design on the filters. That will be coming out soon. But you can see here. Here's all of the spots that are live right now. This updates, I believe, yes, once every 60 seconds. You can see here, you can watch them refresh. There we go. And then you can switch between table view and grid view. Looks like anytime there's a profile picture on here, that user is a member of World Radio League and they've set a profile picture. If you see these generated photos, generally, well, I mean, they could be a user, but that's just kind of our standard what we apply to anybody who's either not set their profile picture or isn't a user. So
Gotcha.
yeah, absolutely. So also we definitely I kind of skipped over this part. We definitely confirm contacts. If you log a contact on World Radio League and the other guy logs a contact on World Radio League and it's within 15 minutes on the same UTC day, the contacts will confirm. So
Okay. Good.
yeah, absolutely. And that will come into play very soon with our analytics and awards that we've got coming. Like I said, 50 states, 100 DX, those kind of awards are coming very soon. And some of those may require confirmation for your contacts to get those awards. So yeah, absolutely, get out there and as you log your contacts, tell people on the radio to confirm them on World Radio League, so you can get your awards. Yeah, did you have any questions on the spotting? We can move on.
No, you can go ahead. You can go ahead and
Yeah,
continue.
absolutely.
All
right,
absolutely fascinating.
Okay, yeah, we've got a leaderboard here. This is a weekly leaderboard, so if the contacts were logged outside of the current week, they will not appear on this leaderboard. If the contacts were imported, they will not appear on this leaderboard. These are contacts logged directly into World Radio League during the week. So looks like right now K4DSX is at the top of the leaderboard with 200 contacts. These show the top 10 most contacts. This shows the top operators by mode, top 8. Or actually, I think if there's may have only been 8 CW operators. Yeah, it shows the top 10 as long as there's 10. Looks like there's only 8 CW operators this week. The most DX contacts, this is basically, the most contacts outside of your country. Longest distance. Right here looks like our longest distance this week right now is 18,277.9 kilometers. And we can take a look at that contact. You can see right there, it's like Australia to North Carolina.
Wow.
So yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, you've got your most DX contacts here. I think we took a look at that one maybe. And then we got some state leaderboards. You can find your state, hover over it. It gives you the information of who is the top operator in your state. Same with country down here as well. You can hover over it and get the top operator for your country. So then, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say this is absolutely fantastic. Please continue.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely fascinated by this.
Yeah, absolutely. So now this is where things get exciting as our contesting platform. Now I don't know how many people have heard this, so maybe this might be. I think we posted this on socials, but this might be the first time we make this announcement in a live stream. But we are partnering with WRTC to be the official logbook of the World Radio Sport Team Championship in 2026. So it's it's every 4 years they have the WRTC, and we have been selected to be the official logbook and leaderboard for the WRTC 2026. So we'll be putting a lot of hard work into our contesting platform. Probably here in a few months, we'll be starting to work on that pretty heavy. But we already have a great base. So let me kind of go through that with you right quick, and we'll take a look. So this, I believe it's this weekend coming up. We've got the CQ Worldwide DX contest, single sideband. So we can open that up. Now, if you have not enrolled in the contest yet, you'll have a little enroll button here. I have already enrolled in this one, so it's not there. We list the site to find the rules. Of course, we've got the start and end dates and a countdown timer. Now, once the contest starts, this countdown timer switches to when the contest ends. So you've always got a countdown timer there until the contest is over. Looks like we've already got 13 people enrolled in this contest. We try to list the objective, the exchange, and the contest website. Just full disclosure, we are not currently set up. This is something we will be working on very soon. We are not currently set up to calculate all the points the same way that the contests do. Right now, a contact is worth a point within our system. So as far as our leaderboard goes, whoever makes the most contacts is at the top of the leaderboard, and we'll take a look at that leaderboard in just a second. But that's the way our system works. We're going to be definitely working on that very soon to start adding in multipliers, calculating so we can calculate points based off of the contest rules. This is kind of, our own take on contests right now, but we will be kind of aligning those point systems as we develop this out even further. So we have a real-time leaderboard. As contacts are logged, this will be a live leaderboard, and whoever's got the most sorted, of course, by who's got the most points, the most contacts, and this one's kind of fun to watch during the contest. Got a real-time map while the contest is going on. Let me see if I've got another contest here. While the contest is going on, since that contest is over, I'm not sure it's going to show me a map now. It's a live map. So while the contest is going on, this thing looks kind of like a spider web, because you've got contacts from every operator to every station they've contacted. So that one gets really, really neat to watch that one. All the lines pop up all over the map. And then here, this is the heart of our contesting system, is your logbook. So you have it looks basically like one of our general logbooks, except you have the added exchange field or fields down here, and you just enter that in. And as you log contacts, I'm going to log one. I'll delete it here. I'm just going to log one right quick. I don't remember what our CQ zone is. I want to say it's like 5 or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'll log that, and then you can see down here that it lists the exchange field or fields here, as well as all the other information. So you can glance down through there and see all those exchanges that you've given previously. So it's really handy to just have that information all in front of you. One thing we haven't covered yet is editing contacts. So if you click here, I'll show you that button. If you click the edit button right here, you can change any of these fields, and update it. Any of these fields as well. What radio you're using, antenna you're using. You've even got some contest settings here. Your power, your number of transmitters, whether you're operating single or multi-band, assisted, non-assisted. If say you're using a club call and you want to make sure that you're tagged as the operator in those, you can just add that in there. So you can edit those really simply, and then just click the update contact button, and it saves all that information.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's kind of the extent of our contesting platform at this point. Like I said, we're going to be pouring a lot of effort into this, starting here in just a few months, to make sure this thing is ready to roll for the WRTC. So we're intending to this should look a lot different in 6-8 months. It should look a whole lot different than it does right now. But until we get to that point of working on that, we're trying to squeeze in some extra functionality kind of on the non-contesting side, to get that cranked out and live before we have to kind of start devoting a little more focus to this. And please keep sending us feedback. We're not going to shut off the feedback pipeline. We're going to keep taking your feedback. We're going to keep working on all kinds of stuff. We're going to keep up with you guys in the community. We're just going to kind of the the core of our focus is gonna have to shift a little bit over to more of the contesting side. But we're gonna be taking, all your feedback. We're gonna be, we're gonna keep working on the essentials. Even though we're kind of fleshing out our contesting platform. So keep the feedback coming. So we also have, one second here. We also have this Find Members Near Me button. So if you are a member of World Radio League and you want to know where other members of World Radio League are close to you, you can select this button, and you've got, you can see here, you've got them, they pop up on the map as a pin here. You can find all the members near you. And you've got list view, globe view, so you've got all these options to see the members that are kind of in your area, in case maybe you're looking for an Elmer. You can find one of these guys, click on find their profile, send them a message, see if you can get in touch with them. So that's kind of a really handy feature. If you're new, you're looking for somebody in your area to help you out, help you get set up with something, whatever. So now, if you have any questions? Anybody in the comments have any questions? Before
I know that one of
chat?
the guys says he has the premium membership.
Yeah.
I guess one of my questions is, how many members do you currently have right now?
So currently we have over, in total, including free members and everybody, we have, I think I can safely say, over 15,000, which I actually haven't checked in the past few weeks, so I'm not sure where that number's up to now, but I think I can safely say we're over 15,000 at this point.
What, and I can, for me, I'm like, this is a no-brainer, but what prevents people from, what kind of feedback have you gotten, people saying, I like it, but, do you, have you found any, barriers to people wanting to use World Radio League?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to say thank you to Andy Cowley there for the premium subscription. I see he's commenting over there. I appreciate it. So to answer your question, I have a few people who they'd like maybe integrations with QRZ, LOTW, that kind of thing, and that's coming, but it's down the pipeline a little ways. We have a jam-packed schedule. I mean, we've got a packed schedule, and we're trying to get through everything. But we're working on it. Light mode, that's something else that a lot of people would like, and we actually have pretty much got the designs ready for that. We've just got to get it implemented. One of the big things that we're going to be adding really soon is a desktop app, so that will work offline. Hopefully that will kind of bring down another one of those barriers of entry where people, not everybody likes to use a mobile app out to do a POTA activation. So sometimes you're out in the park, no internet, you don't really want to use a mobile app. We'll have an offline desktop app. That one's actually in development right now. It's being built as right now. That one should be ready hopefully in the next month or so. So we've got all these things that are in the works that are actually several of them are going to be dropping hopefully in the next couple of months. But it takes time to get through these things, and we're working about as fast as we can. But we do have a packed schedule. But yeah, I would say some of the integrations, and cat control's another one. Once again, it's on our roadmap. We haven't got to it yet. But I know a lot of hardcore contesters, a lot of people like to use cat control. And that will probably come after the desktop app, just simply because the connection's easier when you're using a desktop app versus, a web app. So we looked at maybe integrating it with our web app, but it was going to be a little bit more difficult than just doing it with an offline app. Or a desktop app. So we'll probably wait until the desktop app is released and then integrate cat control into that. I don't know if cat control will be in the initial desktop app release or not, but if not, it will probably be shortly thereafter. I would say I think cat control and integrations are probably a couple of the largest ones that I've seen, as far as why people people will check us out and maybe not be as interested just yet, but hopefully here in a couple months we'll be winning those people over too.
And see, and that's one thing I like about James and what he does is he listens to people and he really takes it to heart and he gets things done and he gets things addressed. And it's just so refreshing, And I told him, I said, I talked to him back at Hamcation in Orlando and I mentioned him, you really are just, I just find it, amazing that you really just take to heart what people have to say and you act on it and you do something about it and you give people what they want. And he has done, I think, one of the greatest services to ham radio ever with ham radio prep, the courses, the coursework, everything. Got my wife interested, okay, because he handed her a technician's book, says here, because I told her, I said I'll pay for her to go ahead and take the course. And I went through and I took the course. I'm an extra, but I took it anyway, and I said, wow. I mean, it just blew me away. What the lessons, everything. I told her, I said, you have to be, totally stone deaf and dumb not to pass this course. I mean, it
And I tell
really
you
is.
what, I did not use. I think I used the maybe the free version of the app when I took my technician test. It was long before I joined the team back, early last year. But this year when I took my general, I did use the app, and it was an amazing experience. Just studying them with that once again before I joined the team, it so helped me to use that app to study. I scored higher than I did on my technician, but we've actually just added some updates to the mobile app, the Ham Radio Prep mobile app. So now you've got a list of your most difficult questions, ranked by difficulty. You can see, how, your progression, you're like, it gives you a percentage of readiness for the exam. So, it'll show you based off of the practice test you've taken, you're 60% ready to take the exam, or you're 85% ready to take the exam. So, yeah, we've added some of those to kind of, give you a little bit better visualization of where you're struggling, how ready you are, what you need to study to get you there.
Wow. I could probably talk to you for hours on end. This is just absolutely fantastic. Now I take it is this what you do full time? Is work for them, or you have a
Actually, actually, I have another full time job. I do this part time.
okay.
Burning the candle at both ends in the middle. But but yeah, no, I'm the product manager, so I handle a lot of user communications on the World Radio League side, and and yeah, help out with just basic, you know roadmap, direction we're going, and user feedback, getting all that passed on to the team, and kind of helping with some design work, and pretty much all around help out with as much as I can. But yeah, I focus a lot on the user communications, and we try to be as responsive as possible, and keep up with the users, keep them updated. Like if they submit a bug report or whatever, we try to get back with them really quickly, and keep them up to date, let them know what's going on, let them know that the case is definitely being handled, and send them a message as soon as everything's updated and ready to go. And that, with it being a web app, it's a little bit difficult sometimes to know when updates are released, but we are releasing updates very often, fixes, bug fixes, feature updates, stuff, so just, keep checking, because, there's, we're releasing stuff all the time. We'll probably, we try to keep in a weekly, with our weekly email blast, we try to keep updates in there as to what all, uh, a lot of the bug fixes that we've released, the new features we've released, we try to keep that listed in our weekly email. But sometimes, it's kind of hard to keep up with that, being a web app like it is, and you're not downloading updates. It's just always up to date. So our mobile app's a bit easier, because every time we push an update, it comes through your whatever your app store is as an update. So it's kind of easier to see that we've got something new. But yeah.
Awesome. Andy, I can't thank you enough for spending some time with us this afternoon. This was a wonderful education for me. I can't see any reason not to use this going forward for people.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is just
Yeah,
a
it's kind of the combination of a primary logbook, like replacing the old options. I won't go into all the options, but it kind of replaces just your basic main logbook, and our offline desktop app. That's what it will be. Is that sort of logbook, but it also combines that with being its own cloud data system to be your one source of truth. As we flesh out your analytics, you'll be able to see even more data on your contacts. They all sync to the cloud as soon as you connect to the internet. Even if you're offline on your mobile app, as soon as you connect to the internet, those contacts are synced to the cloud. They're all contained in the cloud, one source of data, and you can edit that and do with those contacts whatever you want. Really simple, modern, easy to see layout. So yeah, that's basically just being a modern up to date logbook. Is what we strive to be. One thing we didn't cover is our community chat site. But basically, would you like for me to just open that quickly?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we have a community chat where if you have a World Radio League account, you can pop over to the community chat and get signed up there. Once again, totally free. Once this page loads, there we go. So you've got all these topics going on. You've got chat channels, direct messaging. You can direct message, any of the other users. If you're a beta member, like a member of our beta program, you get access to the beta chat channel. And if you'd like to sign up for our beta program, you can go. Let me find the correct topic right here. You can go to this beta testers needed topic, and then I believe if you go all the way to the bottom, you've got a Google Forms link here. You can click that link and sign up for our beta program. I'm sorry, I forget it. Here, there we go. Now you can see the page I'm working on. But yes, you can scroll all the way down to the bottom of this this beta testers needed topic. You scroll all the way down, then you've got a Google Forms link here. You can click that link and sign up for our beta program. But yeah, I don't think you saw the main homepage. Basically, you can just go in here and search for beta and find this beta testers needed and go to that topic. But you've got all these topics on the side. You've got chats here with these chat groups, direct messaging. It's kind of basically just our own ham radio kind of social media kind of forum platform, whatever you want to call it. But it's based around World Radio League. So yeah,
That's fantastic. That gives people who have questions asking other community members, because a lot of times, one community member has found something that works. And that's a great thing to do. Andy, after you guys get some more updates, we'll definitely have you back on again. This was fantastic. I absolutely positively enjoyed it. And I have a feeling I'm going to be having James on soon again as well too. One of the things that I'm going to do for you that I did for Jim is I'm going to send you a copy of this broadcast so you guys can use it for your use.
Appreciate it.
It'll be sent via Google Drive because it'll obviously, be about 45 minutes or so. But I want to get that to you guys, and feel free to, use whatever you need to. You have my permission to do that. So hang on. I'm going to close things out here. I want to thank everybody in the chat today. I know I saw Andy here today. Dram Bam was here today. Douglas was here today. Cooley, UTV, and Ham. Thank you guys for stopping by. Appreciate it. As always, guys, it's a great day to make a QSO. 7-3 to everybody.
7-3, everybody.